Imagine getting a pep talk from the king of blockbuster filmmaking himself, only to find out he secretly doubted your wild idea could ever work, yet still rooted for you anyway. That's the fascinating, behind-the-scenes story of how James Cameron influenced Predator Badlands. And it's a tale full of inspiration, surprise twists, and a dash of franchise controversy that might just redefine what a Predator movie can be. But here's where it gets controversial. Could toning down the gore for a PG-13 rating really broaden the appeal? Or is it a betrayal of the series' gritty roots? Stick around to dive in, because this is the part most people miss, the human element behind the alien hunters. Movie enthusiasts, get ready for some insider scoop on the latest sci-fi showdown. Predator Badlands, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, pays special tribute to James Cameron in its credits. And it's no wonder why. The legendary filmmaker, known for directing Avatar and other epic tales, played a pivotal role in shaping this new entry. But how exactly did he get involved? Well, Trachtenberg spilled the beans in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, revealing that Cameron extended a personal invitation for a day-long visit while shooting was underway in New Zealand. For anyone new to this, New Zealand isn't just a stunning location. It's become a hub for big-budget films thanks to its diverse landscapes that can stand in for otherworldly planets, much like in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Trachtenberg felt truly fortunate, attributing a lot of this to shared connections through 20th Century Studios collaborators. Cameron had watched and adored Trachtenberg's previous film, Prey, which cleverly modernized the Predator lore with a fresh indigenous twist. Naturally, they kept in touch. During prep for Badlands, Cameron invited Trachtenberg to his set in Wellington. There, the young director got a first-hand look at Cameron's own project, Avatar: Fire and Ash, the upcoming sequel that builds on the groundbreaking world of Pandora, complete with cutting-edge visual effects and environmental themes that echo real-world conservation efforts. In the editing room, Trachtenberg excitedly described his ambitious plans for Badlands, a bold, innovative approach that would shake up the franchise in ways that felt entirely novel for both the story and his directing style. He even shared how they were tackling it, pushing boundaries with new tech and storytelling techniques to create something unexpected. Cameron listened intently. Later, over a casual dinner, they drove separately, adding a touch of everyday relatability to this high-stakes encounter. Cameron turned to Trachtenberg and declared, "I was just thinking about what you're doing, and I think it's going to work." Words like that, from a director who's conquered impossible challenges, like filming underwater for The Abyss or developing motion capture for Avatar, acted as a massive morale booster. Trachtenberg rushed back to his Auckland crew, energized and ready to tackle the job. But here's the twist that really keeps you on the edge. Getting that seal of approval from the master of the highest-grossing films ever was exhilarating. Yet Cameron later admitted he had initial doubts. As Trachtenberg recounted, after screening the finished movie a couple of months ago, Cameron confessed, "I have to be honest with you. When I first heard what you were doing, I did not think it was going to work. But holy crap, you pulled it off." This revelation left Trachtenberg wondering, was Cameron forgetting their earlier chat? Or was he strategically providing the encouragement needed at the perfect moments? Trachtenberg leans toward the latter, crediting Cameron's wisdom with keeping the project afloat. It's a reminder that even giants can second-guess, and a little timely support can make all the difference. Now, let's talk plot without spoiling too much for newcomers. Predator Badlands thrusts us into a futuristic, remote planet where a young predator named Dek, played by Demetrius Schuster-Kolamatangi, faces exile from his clan. He forms an unlikely bond with Thea, portrayed by Elle Fanning, and together they embark on a perilous quest to hunt down a legendary foe. It's a story of belonging, bravery, and interspecies camaraderie, blending action with deeper themes like identity and survival, much like how the Wolverine explored mutant outcasts in the Marvel Universe. Critics have largely praised the film, and our reviewer, Chris Bumbray, had a blast with it, calling it a fresh take on the franchise. That said, he pointed out one sticking point that's sparking debate. The PG-13 rating. For those unfamiliar, PG-13 means it's suitable for teens and up, with some intense scenes but no explicit content, unlike the R-rated originals that reveled in brutal violence. Bumbray argued that despite the alien gore and intense moments, Badlands feels geared toward younger viewers. Think the adorable sidekick animal named Bud that tags along with Dec and Thea. He contrasted it with Prey, the 2022 predecessor that kept things gritty and R-rated. Is this a smart move to attract new fans, or does it dilute the Predator brand's signature edge? And this is the part most people miss. While some hail it as inclusive evolution, others see it as softening the series' hardcore appeal, potentially alienating longtime fans who crave the unfiltered thrills. What do you think? Does dialing back the violence for a broader audience make Predator Badlands a game changer or a step backward? Share your take in the comments. Do you agree with Cameron's initial skepticism, or are you rooting for this bold new direction? Let's discuss. About the author, as a news editor passionate about cinema, I delight in uncovering these stories. Favorites include classics like Alien, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, Braveheart, The Bridge on the River Kwai, City of God, Cloud Atlas, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Edge, The Fifth Element, Galaxy Quest, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Godfather Parts I-2, Goodfellas, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Gladiator, Lawrence of Arabia, The Lord of the Rings Trilogy, The Magnificent Seven, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Perfume, The Story of a Murderer, The Prestige, Prisoners, Psycho, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Rear Window, The Shining, Sorcerer, The Talented Mr. Ripley, There Will Be Blood, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and Zodiac. Hobbies? Sketching characters, whipping up new recipes. Italian cuisine is a current obsession. Binge-watching epics, and perpetually brainstorming more entries for this list, because who doesn't love a good challenge?